What's up? What's up, good people? This your boy Scott Lewis, Palm Gamer and more here with another one. Um, we got today. I had a difficult day trying to get on because I had power outage and I'm
Man,
actually in a different location right now. I'm mobile.
wow.
Yeah. So what's up, John? How you doing?
Hey, Scott. Sorry your day's been tough, my friend. Yeah, weather's been crazy, outages and all that. Even internet has been slow on my side of things, so I totally get it. I'm just glad you're okay and safe, and let's try to make the best out of tonight. As far as what's going on, Nets are in a good spot with the tank. I think the Wizards right now are beating Milwaukee 46 to 33, and they're a game behind us. So, what looked like out of the realm of possibility a few weeks ago, there is a slight chance the Nets could slip all the way to the worst record. I think people wonder, oh, why slip to the worst record when you're probably going to get the fifth pick again? That's been what's been going on the last few years, but you never know. That pick could fall to 4 or 3 at the very worst, which is the best case scenario for the Nets. But I think the front office right now realized that self preservation, at least locking yourself somewhere, is better than having your pick thrown away to 7, 8, 9, and however, and losing
Yeah.
out the chance to get the best top prospect you can get. So by that account, I totally understand the front office finally waking up to what we've been saying for almost a year and a half now. So that looks good. As far as what's going on, the trade deadlines of it all, obviously Giannis, that whole thing has been, dialing up here or there, and it's the dominant topic of conversation. Warriors right now, who we thought might have been a good team for MPJ, they're fully locked in on Giannis. They're willing to give up their whole chest pretty much of draft capital they have, including a post Curry pick of sorts to get Giannis. They also have Jimmy Butler's horrible contract, which is basically free cap space for the Bucks a year from now, or maybe they trade that for something if Butler comes back, and of course Jonathan Kuminga. So the Warriors right now, I would say, have the most aggressive offer in the West.
Yeah.
Tim McMahon confirmed that the Rockets and Spurs are out on Giannis. They really kind of like the young cores right now. They don't want to rock the boat. So if you tell me who's the team in the West that has the most to lose and something to gain with going all in on Giannis, is the Warriors, because they want to pair him with Curry. Is that championship worthy? I don't know. I don't think so, because they're both in their 30s right now. If you told me a few years ago, if you had both of them in their primes, I'm like, hell yeah, that's the move you make, and that team could dominate the West. But the West is so damn good, and if the Greek freak goes to California, yeah, man, the West just gets crazier and crazier, and the East gets more wide open with the talent disparities. So yeah, the Warriors definitely are one of the main teams. As far as the East goes, the Knicks, obviously, they would have to do a lot of maneuvering, including moving of Towns, moving of Bridges, whatever picks they have left, trying to get other teams to give up valuable picks like a Portland or a Pelicans team who have the Bucks picks, and that's just going to take a lot of work because time is winding down. We're 6 days away from 3 p.m. deadline striking, and the Knicks, as for what I've heard with sources, is a long shot right now to get Giannis. They could definitely pull it off, but it would have to take a lot. Whereas the Warriors are a team that could kind of offer a one-on-one deal and not have to rope anybody in. So I would say
Yeah.
Knicks are one team. Miami, they've been a team that's long been interested in Giannis. Bam and Giannis have talked about playing together, and Pat Riley obviously wants to make a big move. And you also have a great coach in Spoelstra. So I would say Knicks and Miami are the front runners in the East, and I would say Warriors are the front runners in the West. And if you want to throw a wild card team in or two, Toronto could come out of nowhere, do something crazy. Portland, I heard, they have a lot of assets to get Giannis, so there are definitely some wild card teams that come out of nowhere. But if you ask me who are the three main teams, it would be Knicks, Miami, and Warriors. And hopefully that can get done soon, because there are a lot of trade stuff that wants to get done soon. As far as Brooklyn goes, I just saw a source that said that apparently the Cavs and the Lakers are in deep talks about the Cavs shipping DeAndre Hunter, a guy who's on a $23 million salary, out to LA because the LA's want a defensive upgrade. But that money that the Cavs are giving to the Lakers, that something has to match. And the Brooklyn Nets, I heard, could be roped in as that third team to collect, let's say, a Gabe Vincent, a Maxi Kleber, an expiring salary, and some draft capital, which allows us to facilitate that 15 million cap space very wisely because both teams would need us in that deal. Or we could take on a Dalton Knet, a young project, and still get capital. So that's what I've heard today as far as Nets getting involved in a multi-team deal of sorts. But yeah, everything's kind of fluid right now. But I think the Nets are in a good position to definitely get some business done in a few days. It's just the honest stuff has to get done as soon as possible, or else nobody really is going to do a whole lot. But the Nets are definitely in some facilitating conversations right now for sure.
Yeah, you think the Knicks will cut their team to get Giannis?
I
I
mean, the
mean,
owners, the owners said,
it would be what Giannis would. I mean, when you think about it, Milwaukee is really waiting on Giannis and what he want to do and where he want to go. I
right.
assume. So,
Well,
I mean, he did mention the Knicks as a team that's a possibility that he would go to.
right, and you heard Dolan on his rare interview saying, "I want this team in the Eastern Conference Finals or to win a title." And right now, they're just coming back from a really bad few weeks, and the topic of conversation is Karl Anthony Towns apparently is very frustrated, like he should, emotional, like he should, because the Knicks have been ragdolling him, talking about his defensive weaknesses, doing more than just scoring, being physical, and all that. We all know who Karl Anthony Towns is. He's more a cowardly lion than he is a bulldog on the court. I mean, that's the analogy I have to use because he's a great offensive big, but he's not been the best offensive big this year. And you can kind of tell when the Knicks bench this guy, he's making $50 to $60 million. The Knicks are actually playing competent basketball. So if you're going to move a Anthony Towns, he's likely the first piece outgoing in the honest deal. But then Bridges, a guy who he just had a small interview talking about being self entitled and I got to be more coachable. It's like, dude, you got traded for 6 first round picks and you want to talk about being entitled. Like, that's a guy I think the Knicks are very ready to move forward to a team like Portland if it gets some Drew Holiday, a guy who is very close to Giannis from their Bucks days. So if the Knicks pull this off, they're depleting a lot to get Giannis. And let's remember, Giannis is still injured. He's not going to be available, I heard, until March. So that gives you like 6 to 8 weeks or less to get ready for a playoff run, which we've known, Scott, those types of big time moves, especially to gut your roster, it's going to take time to build chemistry. So the Knicks, I think if they pull this move off, they're going to know that likely winning is not on the table this year because having to pull chemistry like that out of their butts, it's not going to be easy. And you can kind of see the East getting stronger, Cavs getting stronger, Magic, Philly, Celtics at the top, and then Detroit full steam ahead. So it's like I think the Knicks kind of know that it would be hard to win a title this year, but they would have to win a title the
Yeah,
following to justify doing a crazy move. So the Knicks can do it. It's going to take a lot of crazy trade work. It's easy to put these things in mock trades, but actually getting other teams to say, why am I helping give you a top three superstar? What's in it for me? Well, Bridges, okay. Anthony Towns, like I don't. These teams, I think, are going to have to get like other young pieces. Like a Tyler Cole is going to have to be attached to a Towns, or a Packham Diabate has to be attached to a Bridges. So the Knicks would have to gut a lot of the young pieces too. So yeah, they can get it done, but it's going to be a huge sacrifice, which benefits us because we have their picks the next 4 or 5 years. So it's a calculation on a short-term championship window, but long-term, it's not probably going to work out for the Knicks because you're giving up a lot to get a top three superstar. But anybody would in that situation. But if you're asking me who has the most to gain right now or that's the most desperate, I would say the
right.
Warriors because they only have 2 or 3 more years left of the Curry era, and they have pretty much a great trade package to get Giannis. All their picks, Jimmy Butler and Kuminga, like that's kind of what you want. And let's remember, the Bucks are in the lottery. They have a lottery pick in this, and I think them and the
Yeah,
Pelicans share a pick of sorts. So yeah, the Pelicans are in a great position to get a top pick of some sorts. But let's just hope that they don't get it to Bonses. Let's not see a trend of we trade away big superstars, you get rewarded a top prospect. The Bucks are going to be rebuilding for a while unless somehow they get the Luca treatment of getting a DeBonster or Peterson, which honestly, they're a small time market. I don't think that would attract a lot of attention. But like I said, the Bucks do have a lottery pick, and they are going to be in a long rebuild. So I think they're looking at a lot of different offers, 7, I believe. And I think right now Warriors, Knicks, and Miami are all three front runners. I'd even say Atlanta and Toronto are the two wild card teams because they could come out of nowhere with an offer and get Giannis too. But I would say the three mains are Miami, Warriors, and Knicks. The easiest that could pull this off right now are the Warriors. I think the toughest to pull this off is the Knicks, but we've seen crazy things happen. But I think the Knicks do this all-in Giannis move and get a Drew Holiday. They have to win the following year, or else they're going to be paying us some really good draft capital unless we flip those picks for a star of our own. So I feel like for them, it's a good short-term window, but it's not a great long-term window for them. So I think go for it. Like at the end of the day, the Knicks have been talking about running the East, running the gauntlet. All NBA media said this is their year. Well, if you don't win with Giannis, well, you got to start from scratch just like every other rebuilding team does. So we'll see what happens. But if you're asking me if a trade's going to go down in a few days, I'm leaning more towards yes, because for Giannis, he wants to get an extension. And I think the earliest he could get one if he gets traded now is October. But if he waits to the summer, it's January. So if Giannis is steering the ship like I believe he is, he likely wants out before 3 o'clock on Thursday. So I think
I think
Warriors and Knicks could
Miami
really
would
come down
be.
between those two teams.
I think Miami would be a great place for him because one, it's a nice place to be at.
Sunshine,
two,
no taxes.
two, two, no taxes. Right, exactly. And they have a pretty, they have a habit of always being in the finals.
Yeah, potentially. But it's
Yeah,
also what
I
do they have to
mean,
give up though? Their picks aren't the most attractive, so players are definitely going to be a big part of this. You have Terry Rozier, which is dead money. That's just salary filler.
now
Keller Ware,
The Knicks can do it, but I mean, they be giving up too much. Milwaukee's going to ask for enough. Believe me,
right?
they're
Especially
not
with
going to ask
Miami.
for a little bit. And why would anybody help you win a title? I don't get that part.
I don't think anybody wants to help the Knicks. The thing with Miami is Callaware is the big player I keep hearing they want, and that's a fun young big. But
Yeah,
obviously, to get Giannis, you would throw that in. Tyler Hero too might like. I think Hero, Callaware, and whatever picks they can get from Milwaukee would be very enticing. Then you have Terry Rozier's contract as a filler. But then what are you left with? You left with Bam Adebayo. That's a fun two big man matchup, and then you have Norman Powell, who, let's be honest, he wants a lot of money, but he's also aging too as a player. So it's like, does that give the Miami Heat a legit window with Giannis? They've been kind of the middle of the pack, but they could definitely be a top 6 seed if they do this Giannis move. It's just they're gonna have to gut a lot of their youth to get Giannis, and it kind of feels
right.
like they were going in a youth direction the last few years. And I really
Now
think
the now the
their
Knicks
picks
will
aren't the
give
most
up.
attractive either, though. Too.
The Knicks will have to give up. I know a lot of people will prefer to give up Carl Anthony Towns, but I wouldn't even take them. Be honest
Contract's
with you,
horrible.
I think Giannis and Carl Anthony Towns will work good. I think what happened is they want OG and they want Mikal.
I mean, losing OG, that's even a bigger blow because OG's defense, as much as I say it's a mixed bag, it is key to where they want to get to. And if they have to give up
That's right.
OG, that's the big blow because, yes, you get Giannis, but Giannis and Brunson, like this is kind of situation in Milwaukee. You notice that they were limiting Giannis minutes this season. It's like Giannis is not going to be the all time defender, break his back, and everybody else is just going to watch him play offense and defense. It's like, who's going to be that the running back behind Giannis? And OG would be one of those guys. But if you lose OG, it's kind of like you're stuck with Mitchell Robinson. Let's be honest, he's a part-time center. When he plays good. When he's hurt, he's hurt. It's like that's not exactly the protection Giannis would want. So I think Towns is going to go because let's remember the Knicks. There was a report came out that the Knicks aren't fully running to like sign Carthy Towns to another $60 million extension because as good as he is offensively, his defense essentially negates all of his value. So it's like I think likely if the Knicks don't trade for Giannis, they're going to have a Carthy Towns headache on their hands because at the end of the day, they've all been criticizing this guy, and likely they don't want to extend him. So they'd actually have to give up assets, I believe, the Knicks would, just to move Carthy Towns if they don't do this Giannis move. So it almost kind of seems like there's more pressure now on the Knicks to do this because there's certain players like Towns who you don't want to extend. You already extended OG and Bridges. And let's remember, Bridges is trade eligible on the 1st of February, which I believe is this upcoming Sunday. So I feel like once Sunday comes and Bridges is available, we'll really start seeing if the Knicks are going to go to the deep dive here and trade two core pieces, young pieces. Miles McBride, another piece that I think would hurt them if they lose. He's kind of been their best bench piece all year. You lose McBride, your bench, I don't know what kind of bench they're going to have around Giannis or Brunson. I don't know if that would be very good either. So, yeah, this all in move by the Knicks, I feel like there's more potential for error than success because the championship window would be that small. I give it 2, 3 years max, two being blunt. So I think they're gonna have to give up a lot to get this guy, which obviously anybody would. But given the fact they don't have a lot of draft assets, just like you said, Scott, why am I helping you get a top three superstar? How are you gonna entice me? Carthy Towns doesn't entice me unless you're giving me a lot of your youth and whatever valuable picks you have left. The Knicks have, I believe, a valuable 2032 Knicks first, which obviously I think Milwaukee would want. So yeah, the Knicks are depleted right now, and they're going to be even more depleted if they go on this move, which benefits
Yeah,
Brooklyn. So we just got to see what
yeah.
happens there, but it's going to be a
Sometimes
doozy.
it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't pay to chase what's on the other side of the hill. In this case, Giannis. But I mean, I do understand why you would take that chance. But then again, if you think about it, it's a one shot deal, and you're looking to win right away.
Right.
Yeah. So other than that, the Nets right now everything is quiet, and the Nets are not making any kind of moves. It is too quiet, to be honest with you. I am
Right.
shocked. We played Denver today. I think we lost. We lost our last three games against Denver, but who knows? I haven't been able to see the starting lineup. Then again, the guys. I had a power outage, so it's been kind of crazy. That my computer is down. So
Yeah. Well, I saw a few things. There's no Yegor today. They're resting him. No Cam Thomas because it's a back to back. MPJ is playing today, so likely there'll be no MPJ tomorrow. And then, yeah, I think this would be a gold opportunity to start Nolan. So I know Terrence Mann's available now, but it's like if you're going to play Terrence Mann at the three, there's no Zaire as well. So if you're going to play Terrence Mann at the three, let's just see what Drake Powell and Nolan can do tonight because Nolan
I
has
thought
been
Nolan was in the G League.
no, Nolan. No, that's Saraf. That's Saraf.
Oh,
Nolan.
Sarah.
Yeah, Nolan had the flu recently. That's why he didn't play. But tonight would be a golden opportunity to see what Nolan could do as a star. Because we know Breezy's been proposing that theory to us. So tonight's a good night to see if that theory works with a Nolan Powell type matchup. As far as what's going on with the Nets, it is a little quiet. But I just like I told you, the Cavs apparently want to trade DeAndre Hunter to potentially the Lakers. But that's $23 million of salary. So the Nets would have to step in to facilitate some expiring salary. Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Knet, and draft capital. So that might be something to look out for. Also, Houston and Boston. The Boston Celtics right now want to get a center. They've talked to the Nets since last summer. Dayron's come up. I'm hearing Claxton right now. I mean, I think recently the Celtics offered Simons a first and a swap for Zubats. Clippers said no because they're now winning. And also today, officially, Simons is on the trade block by Boston. So if they are going to trade a $27 million expiring contract, there's no better team to take on that money than the Brooklyn Nets. So it all comes down to the Celtics' willingness to give up draft capital. If they want a center, it really is in Brad Stevens' court right now to decide that. And the Rockets, they just lost Steven Adams, who is arguably their best backup to season-ending ankle surgery, and they don't have Fred VanVleet. So the Rockets got to do something this upcoming deadline. I'm not sure what they're going to do because they have no cap space to do anything, but they have salaries that they could potentially move. And I would say call us up. I mean, Dayron Sharp, Cam Thomas, two guys you could plug and play off your bench. All we need back is our 2027 swap. I feel like for Houston right now, they have no choice but to consider something like that because they just lost arguably their best backup. They don't have a point guard. And if they don't have a point guard or a solid backup going to the playoffs, it's going to be a struggle for Houston, who are relying on Kevin Durant and his offense at 38 years old. So I really feel like the Nets and Rockets could pull something off. I'm also hearing Dorian Finney-Smith, his salary might be on the trade block to get the pieces they want from us. And I don't want though because of what he said about us. But at the end of the day, if I could get my 2027 swap back, I'll take those salary and flip them somewhere, and I'll get a Jason Tate. So Houston is definitely a team to look out for as a team who might call the Brooklyn Nets because they need some reinforcements. And the Boston thing, I think, could work itself out with Brooklyn. But Leaf, what are
Listen,
your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what's going on with deadline business? And what do you think's going on tonight with the starting lineup?
Well, from what I can tell, Nolan Trayor played his first 37-minute game, well, damn near 40-minute game in the NBA, and then caught the flu. or whatever that was. Shit.
Right.
Personally, I ain't think he was gonna play more than 20 something minutes, even if he did catch the flu anyway. Because the thing about it, bro, rookies are not accustomed to playing 30 something minutes, bro, unless they doing it right from the beginning of the season, a la Cooper Flag, a la Con Kneppel, those type of players, bro. Like after like game number 40, bro, they pretty much hit a wall because they just came out of college or whatever when they was playing 20 something games. So it's gonna take them a while to get to that wall of attrition, bro. Like where they gotta play, like, yo, here's 82 games. We need you to play at least 65 to 70 of them. They're gonna be like, oh, word, I gotta travel too. Like, okay.
My
Yeah, nigga, you
fault.
getting paid us. You're getting paid a couple of $1 million, bro. Like, I could. That's NIL money, really. I mean, well, stay your ass in college then. I mean,
Yep.
well, like it's just plain and simple. But as far as the starting lineups, the real key about why the lineups is messed up is really the Noah Clowney injury is basically the monkey wrench right now because it's basically put MPJ at the four, where a lot of stress is going to be put on the injuries that he already has. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you put him in the front court with Claxton, bro. Like with this road trip, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like we gonna get bitched. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We gonna get bitched, bro. Like with those injuries lingering to two players that's basically been the top options most of the season. I keep telling everybody, I think we need to correct our language, bro, when it comes to what this season is. This season,
Yeah.
I repeat, if you didn't hear me the first time, this season is not it's between development and between tanking. It's 95% tanking, 5% development. That's what it is.
Right. Right.
If anybody think it's more than that, bro, you're fooling yourselves. Like stop letting Yegor three point percentage that make you think that it's development. He been practicing that the whole damn summer. He been practicing that since the combine, bro. Like okay, we get it. Yo, you not shoot. Okay, figure out how to do add other shit to your game. You know what I'm saying? But they not allow him to do that because it is a tanking season. 95% a tanking season, not a
Right.
5% of what's and we understand that because everybody thought Jordy was running the show. Jordy was running the show really up until December, up until the end of December. That's when he was running the show. His job was to raise the value of the said players that John said he should raise the value of,
Right.
get them on the trading block, and that was that. Everything else is in the front office hands. As far as the deadline goes, me personally, I don't think our best deals are coming at the deadline. Our best deals is coming in the off season. Go look at the Mikel deal, off season. Go look at the deal that we got MPJ, off season. Our best deals are going to come in the off season, not at the trade deadline. Because the thing is, at the trade deadline, when teams that haven't made trades, so they waiting for somebody to get desperate, and the Nets, they know the Nets are known to probably be the ones to get desperate. The Nets are not doing that this time around. They at least from what I see, bro, like they waiting to the off season, try to make some deals that after that, maybe before or after the draft. I could see them getting rid of MPJ or Claxton and then continuing the youth. I shouldn't hear anything about tanking, bro. After the season because as far as I'm concerned, the Rockets are not giving us back shit.
Well,
They
let's see
keep
what happens. Steven Adams' injury is a big death blow because with him, the rebounding numbers, their offensive output was good. Without him, it's like they're literally relying on Kevin Durant, just like Kevin Durant's relied upon every year to carry that team. And Amon and Sengun, as good as they are, they're not exactly the multiversal scorers you'd hope they'd be with Kevin Durant. And now you don't have your best backup big. I know they have who's the guy they have right now is the third stringer. He was the guy that was with the
I think
Hawks.
probably
Clint Capella. Clint
If not
Capella.
Capella, yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, they,
Capella,
they
yeah.
have Capella. Let's be honest about Capella. He's decent, but he's not what he was. So it's like they need somebody to replicate that. Dayron Sharp, like they just put up how Dayron Sharp has the best offensive and defensive rebounding percentages in Brooklyn Nets history. That's essentially a perfect replacement Houston needs right now. And Cam Thomas, he's essentially a throw-in. We literally can't get no value from him right now. It's kind of like
Hold on,
let's bring Cam back with Kevin
hold
Durant
on,
because Kevin Durant's the only guy that speaks good about Cam Thomas. And for us, All we're asking is for a 2027 swap back. I'll take Doe's $13 million salary off your books, give the Rockets some cap space, flexibility of their own, and we'll take back a Jason Tate, who's essentially an expiring contract. So that is a good deal for both sides because the Rockets have to win a title right now with Kevin Durant. There's no let's wait 1 or 2 more years. It's like right now is the time. So the ball really is in their court, and they should be calling a team like us because we have the flexibility to help them, but they don't need our pick at this point. We do, as far as being a safety net of sorts, Lee. Because let's remember, if we do get the worst record, we're guaranteed no less than five. And statistically, the last few years, that pick has stayed at five. And honestly, I think top four is the ultimate goal. But if it's five, it's kind of like, let's see how the summer plays out. If we don't make any big moves, I'd rather at least have our own pick back as a safety net if this front office botches another year. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take either, but I need a safety net because I can't trust this front office to give us any clarity because every year we think we're going somewhere and we keep going the opposite direction. You kind of get what I'm saying there?
I get what you're saying, but next year the development that people are looking for is going to be this time next year. If they're looking
Okay.
for us to compete and be a playoff team next year, that's not going to happen. Unless we make some astronomical trades and put
Right.
some crazy chemistry together, bro, that's not going to happen. So everything that you want in terms of tanking is at the 95% mark. It's going the way it's supposed to go, at least the
Right.
way it looks on paper. Now, in terms of the Rocket, in terms of the Rockets and the safety net that you was talking about, getting back that 2027 swap basically puts us in the yo, we need to bottom out again. Because I guarantee you, once we get that swap, that's what a lot of Nets fans is gonna be saying again. And then that means that the development process is probably gonna be hindered again because now everybody's gonna be put on the court and being told, hey yo, we need to lose tonight, basically. You know what I'm saying? So like what needs to happen is that you so this time next year it needs to be nobody from the front office getting involved and telling us, "Hey, yo, we need to bottom out for this pick, and we need to bottom out." If this is the draft. Guess what? We got one pick. That means you got one shot, like Eminem.
Right.
Straight up, man. You only get when
Yeah.
you. That's it's just straight like that, bro. If you don't get one of the four players, so hey, big fucking deal. Life goes on. You still compete anyway. The draft picks you got. Now you figure out how to turn one of them into you trying to figure out how to turn them into something. You figure it out because guess what? You drafted it. If you telling yourself they ain't shit, if you telling everybody else and shit, then guess what? Raise their value and then try to trade them for somebody that is something, or develop them from the ground up, like you said, like you plan to do when you pick them. It doesn't
Right.
matter what pick that they're at, bro. It doesn't matter if they're 8th, 27th, 31st, second round, bro. It doesn't matter. Figure out how to make these play. Figure out how to get these players to groom and get to their spots and do this and improve their games, bro. Because other teams have done it in the past.
Yeah,
The thing
right.
is that whole ideology about how you need a whole bunch of top five picks, man, but just because the Pistons and the Hornets got them, it's grade A bullshit.
No,
Because
I,
guess
I,
what? Because guess what? The Pistons ain't won a playoff series yet. Yeah, they number one in the East, but they ain't
They
won a
got it
playoff
this year.
series yet.
They got it this year. I would call this season a failure for them if they get bottom. If they lose that first round. I'm telling you because they've been
Yeah,
playing
of course,
really
of
good. But
course it
playoffs,
is.
like you always say, are the equalizer. So I
Yeah,
agree. I would
it
agree.
is the equalizer, but at the same time, we gotta understand, bro. Like, yo, the picks is the picks. Figure out how to develop them. I don't give a shit if they
Right,
fall in
right.
the 20s.
Right, but this is where the problem lies. Jordy Fernandez, the guy that Breezy, you, me, we've all kind of called out recently. It's like his whole game plan system is built around MPJ, one guy. You take MPJ out of the equation, because everybody's defending him so well. Nobody else is reacting in a positive manner. We get, like you said, development can't really happen. But let's say Jordy can try to make it happen in spurts. Like, let these guys be part of some offensive sets. Run Wolf at his strengths. Let Yegor work on his dribbling and command the team for a quarter at least as a playmaker. Like, why do we have to have Terrence Mann dribble a basketball to show Yegor how to do it? Let Yegor do it on his own. It's almost February. Like, take the
I'm gonna
training
tell
wheels
you
off a
why.
little bit.
I'm gonna tell you why, John. Because we're doing everything. Because we know that Terrence Mann is not going to do it as well as we like us to do it. Therefore, we're in a
Uh-huh.
tanking mode. So
Mhm.
guarantee, so this time this off season coming up, if you see us coming out of training camp with all of these rookies and young players and maybe one or two veterans that might be coming off the bench and they in at the late tail end of their career, guess what? You're gonna know what I'm telling you is real in terms of the development of the young players. That's when the true development is going to start. And we're most likely going to be shit again, but at least we're going to be developing the talent that's going to be on the court. Our job this time next year is to turn one of these dudes into a possible number one, number two, number three for the team. Now, as watered down as the damn NBA is, bro, I personally believe a lot of these dudes can do it.
No, I
Me
agree with you.
personally.
I think we said this summer is going to be super crucial for all these young guys, especially who we draft this summer. And by the way, the draft lottery was announced today. It's going to be May 10th. I'm not sure that's Mother's Day. It's on a Sunday, I think. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, we're going to find out our fate on May 10th. And honestly, May 10th is probably the most important day in Brooklyn Nets history because of how much is on the line of getting a franchise guy. And top five, if we get the fifth pick again, it's like, damn. Like, I'll be very upset because this is what the goal was to get top three, no less than top four. Top five, it's like, let's hope we don't reach on somebody and we get the best guy available. But I agree with you. We got to keep securing a lottery pick. I think the Wizards have a lead right now on Milwaukee. If that holds up and we lose tonight, I think we have the same record as the Wizards, who currently are first as the worst record. So if we lose tonight and they win, we tie for the worst record in the NBA, which honestly at that point, keep going down, secure yourself. And I said this to Scott. This isn't really about guaranteeing yourself a pick at this point. It's about self-preservation. Put yourself in a guaranteed spot where they can't throw you to 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. You're guaranteed top five. You just got to hope on May 10th when they roll out the dice or however they do that system, the Nets somehow get lucky and roll a perfect 12, let's say. Like, that's literally what the Nets can do, getting the worst record. I know,
Yeah.
Scott, but that's kind of like what it is. They do that, right? They read the combinations, and if you have the combination to get number one, you get it. But if you don't, you get two, three, four, five, or something like that. We essentially have to roll a perfect 12 to get a number one and two pick if we have
I
the
think
worst record.
here's the thing about our situation, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna listen. I already said what I said about the draft. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it in the air. The thing is, different teams have their way of quote unquote getting it through the mud. Our version of getting it through the mud is basically the players that we got now. We got to turn one of them into something. It's
Yeah,
just
one
that
of them
simple.
got. Yeah,
One of
one
them,
of them
we got
got
to turn. We got to turn one or two or all of them into something. We
somebody
have
got to
to.
turn to something.
Somebody got to turn into something, bro. Like, listen, I'm not saying it just because, yo, you had five firsts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying it because we got to turn. Like, yo, it is what it is. We screwed the NBA out of television money. We screwed them. We
Hey,
traded
guys,
three future Hall of Famers in the middle of the season. We screwed them.
guys, Guys, before we get back to that point, they just announced the starting lineup. Nolan Chayor, I believe, is now starting. I think his first game for the Nets this season. Quite a good honor for him. Hope he has a good night. Drake Powell is not in the starting lineup. It seems whatever happened with Jordy. Jordy's now holding it personally. Now he has Drake Powell coming off the bench. For Terrence Mann, again, another mistake. And Danny Wolf is starting at power forward tonight. MPJ's at the three, Clack's at the five. So Nolan is at the one tonight, and Wolf is at the four. So and this Terrence Mann stuff, man, it bugs me. Like I get Drake Powell has a lot to still learn, but what he's doing with him now, trying to make an example, is pathetic because all Drake Powell has done is do everything Jordy's asked of him. Like, what more do you want him to do? He's athletic. He
I
defends.
think
He can score over people. His numbers from field goal and 3 point are respectable. What more do you want from this kid? He's trying to make you
I'll be
happy.
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I honestly think that Jordy lost control of who starts and who doesn't the minute that the
Oh.
calendar year was over. I could
So,
be
so
wrong on
man
that,
is a
bro.
front office decision. It's not that
Yeah,
Joy don't like Powell.
I think Terrence Mann is the front
Oh
office
my god, I
decision.
hate
It has to be.
that
It has
stuff.
to be because the thing is, bro. Like I look at it. I don't want to use the R word, but it's not a secret why we drafted basically four Europeans and Drake Powell. I mean, if that's the
Oh
case, we could have
man.
drafted Rasheed Fleming, Drake Powell, some who was it? The kid that went to Utah, another kid. Like we could have drafted all college players, but I mean, there's it's. I don't think it's pretty much a secret right now. I mean, Drake Powell is basically the token black dude, bro. Like, let's face it.
Oh man.
I hate to say it that way, but that's how this front office is treating him.
He's a very
He's a
skilled
token
young
black dude.
man. That would be horrible if that's what it is. And did you see that article from Joe Tsai today? He says he wants to develop Chinese basketball players. Where's Fambo Zhang? Have anybody heard where Fambo Zhang
Yeah,
is
what
since
And you,
happened
our trip to China?
he said that, and you believe him?
to
I don't
him?
believe. I don't believe what him and Sean Mark says. But when he says something like that, it's like, where'd Fambo go? This guy was your
Joe,
market kid for China. He hasn't been
Joe,
seen since.
Joe Tsai hasn't had any dealt in hand in this, bro. Unless we start winning a couple of more games that we not supposed to win. That's when he shows up. You remember how he showed up in the game with Cam Johnson uh uh,
Sure
uh
enough.
was playing in San Antonio, bro, and he ran right downstairs. That was him running downstairs saying, "Jordy, if you don't get him out of the game, you're gonna lose your job."
Oh man.
Bro, like a lot of people don't believe me, bro. Listen, here's the thing. I give you a perfect story. We all watched The Last Dance, bro. Like, Jordan got injured in his second year. He got injured. He was supposed to be out for the entire year. He recovered quickly, and he was asking to come back because he wanted to make the playoffs, and they wanted to tank. Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause wanted to tank out for a pick. Jordan
Right.
was like, "The hell with that," and they said, "Yo, Jordan, you could play, but guess what? You're gonna be playing for you want 15 minutes a game," and they put him on 15 minutes a game with a stopwatch. We all seen that. Basically, to Michael Jordan, they violated they violate the whole sanctity of sport. In Jordan's mind, you play the game to win. You do everything at the highest level. They're like that from that day on, everything, every way of how they, even though they won championships from that day on, that relationship between him, Ronsdorf, and Kraus, bro, is the reason why that Bulls team feel the way they still do to this day. I'm telling you right now, front offices do that. They've been
Yeah.
doing it since the lottery been invented.
Yeah.
And guess what? And it ain't no doubt in my mind that no matter what Joe Tsai says, because I don't believe nothing that he says, no matter Joe Tsai controls goddamn he controls Sean Marks, who controls whatchamacallit and tells him right after that Boston game where MPJ went off, I guarantee you he got called upstairs and said, "Yo, you win another game like that, you're gonna be looking for a job somewhere else."
I mean, Leaf. If we somehow miss on top four and we basically trade back for 0-2 picks and
If
not
we
even get a
miss on
top three, if we don't even get a
if we
top three
miss
pick
on
this
top
next,
four, John, if we miss on top four, it's going to be because the NBA said so.
yeah,
It's
but
not
but
going to be
but if
because of
it,
nothing that we did.
right, but if it's a reflection off of Sean and Joe and all the bad baggage they've created the last few years, why are they in charge of this team? Can somebody buy them out? Because it's like they're supposed to be creating a great brand of basketball for Brooklyn, who honestly is a top media team. We're a top international team, and it's like you put us in this mess with the Big Three debacle, and you try to sell us the Twins thing, which was a complete failure, and then the Ben Simmons nightmare. It's like, oh, if we're trying to build something, why do we keep doing the same mistakes over and over again? If we did this last wait, Leaf, if we did this last year, we would have got Ace Bailey. And if we had Ace Bailey going through this hell right now, it's digestible. But we reached on certain prospects, and if we miss out on top four again by doing things right, and it's because the NBA holds a torch against Joe and Sean, how can we go anywhere where our own front office is self sabotaging us? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, the thing is that we can't. Well, what they're hell bent on doing is the same thing that Prokhorov was hell bent on doing when they first opened the building, and that's trying to sell tickets.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
it's the truth. It's the
That's
truth.
the truth.
Listen. It's a painful truth that Nets fans know in the back of we know in the back of our minds.
Yep.
Because
Sell
guess
tickets.
what? Because guess what? Our names is connected to Giannis now in Milwaukee now, and everybody knows it, bro. Like, but at the same time, everybody sees these teams getting built and this, that, and the third, and they think like the Nets is just supposed to imaginally be a part of it, bro. Like, like you got to understand something. Anytime the Nets get a chance to hit a home run to sell tickets or to build a super team, a la like the last CBA at the last minute, because we always late to the damn party. I'm telling you, bro. Like with any chance that anytime them chances come up, bro, we'll do the same thing that we did in 2019. If a player on the Katie's Kyrie's level or James Harden level comes calling, we'll break all of this shit up, bro. And real like I'm telling you, bro. Unless the rookies, unless some one of these rookies
Turn
can
out.
put their name in the hat and
Yep.
turn up into a top 15 and top 10 player, that's what you're going to see again eventually. There's
Leaf,
a
do you?
reason why we John, hold up. Before I pass the ball, you still got to remember there's that other little elephant in the room. There's that other small elephant in the corner of the room. It's called cap space.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That cap space is there for a reason.
Oh,
They're
I
like,
know it
hey,
is.
yo,
Yeah.
we might, yeah, hey, listen, just in case these rookies don't work out. I mean,
Yep.
hey, yo, we could go back to what we did when we did KD. You know what I'm
We can go
saying?
back
You know
to
what
the
I'm saying?
old way.
Yeah, we go back to the old way. And I guarantee you, John, I'm letting you know, they probably gonna give it maybe 3 or 4 years tops.
You know what's crazy
I,
about the
I don't
Giannis
even
stuff?
think it's 4 years.
You
I
know
don't
what's
even
crazy
think
about
it's
the
4 years.
Giannis stuff? Of the 7 offers, even though it's been not been corroborated, I believe we're one of the 7 offers because it's Sean and Joe. Like you just said, they always look for the big star to sell the tickets. But here's my thing: you know what's crazy? And if you take MPJ's contract, 38 million, combine it with the $15 million in extra cap space we have right now, that's $53 million. I believe Giannis' salary is 54 million. Like crazy enough, as much as MPJ should be kept to be a second option to Giannis, you can get Giannis just by matching MPJ's salary to the
But
extra
you know,
cap space, which would be
but you know that.
crazy
But
if
John,
you pull
you know,
something like that off.
but John,
You
wait,
could.
let me say this,
Go
John,
ahead,
John,
Scott.
yeah, John. But think about it. If they paying him $50 million, right?
Hmm.
How much
Hmm.
money do you think these owners are making?
Well, they're making a lot. Sean and Joe is a
Oh,
rich man. It's like, come
so
on.
it's the only
Making too
reason
much.
why they did the tier cap thing is because small markets don't want to be left out of the loop.
Well, that and they
Exactly.
don't want 3 stars to be on one team anymore. That's why the model with the
Well,
Suns
well,
fell
well,
so
well,
badly because of that second
John,
apron.
yeah, you absolutely right about that second apron, bro. That second apron was approved by bum ass CJ McCollum, bro, and the only reason why it was
Right.
approved by him because he was jealous of the Golden State Warriors, bro. That's the
Right.
only reason why, bro.
Super
Because KD did
teams.
that
That's
suck.
another
Because
thing.
KD did that sucker shit, bro, and then ruined it, bro. When LeBron went back and forth from team to team, and then did it, bro. It was all fine and good. And then
Yeah.
they wanted to make a rule when LeBron started losing because of it, bro. Then they had to make a rule so nobody
Yeah.
else did it, bro. See, the thing is, I guarantee you, bro. Without this CBA, OKC would not have a championship.
Yeah.
Milwaukee would
That's
not
right.
have a championship.
That's
Denver
right.
would not have a championship. A lot of
That's
these
right.
small market teams, Indiana would probably never been in the finals. A lot of these small market teams, bro, would still be either middle of the pack or in the shit of where we are. Trust me.
Right. And that's why
And,
this
and
thing and that's why the thing with the Knicks is so crazy. It's like you guys are already near the second apron. If you get Giannis and Holiday, they're like over a third apron at that point. So it's like getting a superstar now in this era, you're literally sacrificing a potential 4 or 5 year window doing it the right way for a 1 2 year window max. And that's what
That's
it's
why
kind of
I
like
don't
right
think the
now.
Knicks
The
will do it.
average window is like one or
well,
2 years
John.
right now to be a legitimate championship
John,
team.
John, you got to understand to teams like us, Knicks, Lakers, even Chicago, and the Clippers. That second, third apron shit don't matter to us. It don't even matter to the Warriors. You see, they still spending money. They don't
Well, they
give a
want to
shit.
get Giannis right now by giving up everything, which I've heard. They want to throw it all out there.
Yeah. They want to throw it all out there, but I guarantee you, Steph is not in that deal. I
Oh, he's
guarantee
not.
you,
He's
Steph
not.
is not
He's
in
not.
that deal. Like what we gotta Steph. What we gotta understand is there are teams that are top six in gross money for a reason. We're one of those
Hmm.
teams. Golden State Warriors is at the top of that list because of Steph. We got
Hmm.
the
Right.
Lakers and the Knicks are at the top of that list because of where they are. It's LA and New York. So
Right.
realistically, bro, we're at the top because of what happened, what we do overseas, and what we
Right.
did in the KD era. That's why
Right.
Right.
we're at the top in our
Yeah.
market. Nothing
Yeah.
else. Nothing
Yeah.
else outside of it. So guess what? If we go after home run hits again, I guarantee you it's going to be for two reasons. It's because these rookies ain't the trajectory ain't fast enough, which is why I keep stressing on Breezy Page why they need to hurry the hell up because we're going to end up doing something stupid just like we did in 2019 and it ain't going to work.
Ribby, you'll be
These
the second
rookies.
April when you get Giannis, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like, but John, you got to understand why I apply so much pressure on the rookies. I
Right.
apply
I
so much
get it,
pressure
Leaf.
on
I
on
get
the
that.
rookies, but
Mhm.
because it's a must. It is a must.
One of them got
It
to
is
sit.
a must that they all be outstanding, as a unit, as a team, individually, whatever. They all got to be outstanding
Leaf,
immediately,
I a million
or
percent
else
agree.
we're gonna go back to
Leaf,
the old shit.
Leaf, I a million percent agree with you. That's why I've been defending the Rookies because I want them to succeed. The only problem is the biggest problem is Jordy Fernandez. If these guys don't play perfect basketball, he's just benching him for the most meaningless of reasons. So it's like, how can our rookies excel and gain consistent confidence if we have a coach who wants to win right now and these rookies aren't there yet? So it's like something has
But
to
they might.
change there.
But I think Jordy might be getting that pressure from the front office. He has to show that one of these two or three of these top five picks that they just had
Right.
has to pan out. They have to pan out.
Well, that's Jordy's
I think,
responsibility because he was
I think.
excited for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, see, so he can't have no bias or remorse at this stage of the game. This second half should be about playing the rookies as much as you can, but trusting them with evolving the schemes around them. Like Jaeger at this point should be able to dribble the basketball, try it out, and play make for others. Not that Terrence Mann has to hold his hand, be his crutch, and then Nick Claxton. What we're doing with Claxton's crazy. We're last in pick and with lobs, pick and rolls and stuff like that. And
Right,
it's like,
right.
why are we turning
Well,
Nick Claxton into a point forward, a guard of some sort? That should be Yegor's job, not Nick Claxton's.
his
And he
his
just
his
sees
his,
every
his,
day.
his here's the reality. The reality about Jordy's situation, it was a situation that has been switched more than once. When he got the job, Mikel was still on the roster.
Right,
Couple of
right.
weeks later, bro, like Mikel was traded for six. Then he had to navigate. Yo, we doing this. All right, yo, cool. You gave me a point guard and Struder. Why you give me a point guard and Struder then? Oh, we just did sign him. He got 1 year left. Don't worry about it. All right. So I guess I got to start him just to get his trade value up. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me get his trade value up. Oh, yo, Struder. Look what Struder and Cam Thomas is doing. Almost everything that the front office asked, not that we asked. The front office asked him to do, he did. Yo, you
Yep.
wanted to get Struder's PR up. You wanted to get Struder's value up. He did that. What did you
Yep.
trade him for? You wanted to get Cam Johnson's value up, bro. He was one of the best. He was one of the best all around shooters in the league in terms of true shooting percentage outside of step. What did you
Yep.
trade him for? You traded him for MPJ and an unprotected first. You want to get MPJ's trade value up, bro. MPJ is averaging 26 and 8. Claxton, you want to get Claxton's trade value up. What is he doing? Claxton is getting triple doubles now and leading the team assists.
Well, he's had
What are you
two. He's
trading
had
him for?
two.
Yeah, so but I'm saying though, but I like and listen. Aside from us, because the fans are the only thing the fans are getting is hope. That's the only thing we're getting sold, and the hope is that draft, and the hope is from the NBA because that's where the ultimate decision is going to be made whether we get one of these four dudes or whether we don't. That's
Yep.
where the hope is going to be. It doesn't matter where we finish at. I guarantee you, that as far as the Nets go, it does not matter where we finish at, bro. We could finish bottom of the league. They could put us at fifth and be bitches and be like, "Yo, Nate Amon, figure it out." That's what they
Yep.
can do. But in terms of the front office, our head coach did everything they asked him to do. Everything. You wanted to raise the values of the players that we trying to trade. Cool. We raising the value of Claxton and MPJ. What are you trading them for? Who are you trading them for? Who are we getting in return for? Where's the trades? No, you're looking at Giannis. You're looking at look at this Giannis on the side of the road. Yeah, we should get that. Yeah, what you think? What you think, owner? Yeah, I don't. What you think, Joey? You think we should get on Giannis? Well, I mean, the rookies are not growing fast
Here-
enough. I don't know.
Wait, wait, Leaf.
They
Wait, Leaf.
can do
What?
some
Wait, Leaf.
things.
What? Wait, I just gotta say something to Ribby. Ribby, if you check the salaries, Giannis is making 54 million. Carthy Towns is making 53 million. So what are you talking about? He says Cat makes more than Giannis. Actually, Giannis makes more than Cat by 1 million. Yes, I checked my facts, Ribby. Come on,
Yeah, he do make
stop,
more
stop.
money. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man.
the Knicks,
It's
the
always
Knicks are second
fun
in
checking a
all
Knicks
team
fan, man.
salary,
It's
bro,
always
behind the
fun.
Cavs.
Yeah, no, the Knicks. I mean, the Nets is not
Yeah,
gonna.
the Knicks
The
are
Nets,
second in team salary.
they not. The Nets are not gonna be waiting 4 years for these four rookies or five rookies to
Of
do anything.
course not. We're gonna have to make a move for a big fish, and that big fish could be honestly Ant Man if they don't make a move. I heard the Timberwolves want Giannis, but they have no picks to get Giannis, and the contracts they have to give up would pretty much deplete the core around Giannis and Ant Man. But that would be a fun duo. But they have nothing around that. So Timberwolves, if they don't win the next 2 years or they drop out of their Western Conference Final streak, do not be surprised if Ant Man's going. Why am I trying to fight in the crazy West when I can run the East? And that's when the Nets could strike, like Leaf is saying, and get that big fish. So there's not many big options out there right now besides Giannis at this moment. So once Giannis goes elsewhere, it's like an Ant Man, a Mitchell, or a Joker, and likely Joker is staying with Denver. So yeah, those big options are small right now for a team like us to go get that big fish.
I think. I think
I'm
the
not gonna
year.
lie,
I think
bro.
the year of the big moves are over. I really believe that.
I think it's the year. I think that we're coming down to the years of the important moves in terms of chemistry and who works for who.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think we're coming down to. You know, you just
Yeah.
get those pieces that nobody is looking at, like to get those pieces that's going to connect with other players that you already have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that, and I was chilling a few hours after work, I'm sitting back watching, of course, watching Zach Edey highlights and goddamn Kai Jones highlights, bro. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, bro. I'm thinking of how smart I am, bro, when it comes to everybody else, bro. Like, and that nobody is gonna make these moves because the thing is, we got two douchebags in the front office that's accustomed to trying to do Barry Bonds shit instead of just get on base, bro. Like, and then get the rim and fill
Exactly.
up the bases. You know
Exactly.
what I'm
We do
saying?
things
So
so ass
as long as
backwards,
you
man.
as long as you still got that dynamic, bro, these are the results that you're gonna get. You're gonna get like the glass. You're gonna fill up the glass, and then you're gonna overflow it, and then eventually the cup is gonna explode.
If that
Yeah. But
lottery pick
That's what we
falls
get.
under five, that is our only chance to make the most out of this. If we get the fifth pick again on May 10th, oh man, it's gonna be
Even if
something.
that's the case,
It'll be something right
John,
there.
even if that's the case, that lottery pick is gonna have so much on his shoulders
yeah.
and
Yeah.
not just to succeed,
Yeah.
Right,
but to succeed early to make sure that we don't go back to our old ways.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
You got to
right,
understand, bro. Like whoever that lottery pick is,
He got a lot of
even
pressure
if
on
it is
him.
top four, he got a lot of pressure on him to do the unthinkable as a rookie in a market
right.
where rookies don't do the unthinkable.
Well, until Jaguar.
Word up.
Yeah,
That
well, I
paid.
mean, well, yeah. Listen, I understand what Jaguar is doing, bro, but it's not saying much. Like, it's not like Jaguar is
Okay.
running away with Rookie of the Year.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. He's in the top 10, but I agree with you. He's not top five whatsoever right now. I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you would think with all of them threes, bro, like he'd be running away with Rookie of the Year, but no, he's not. And people out
Damn
here
you,
still
cock and
screaming
nipple.
Con Nipple.
The one we
The
was
people
trying to
out here screaming
avoid.
Con Nipple for Rookie of the Year, the one we were trying to avoid, bro. Like, listen, well, where are we?
Yep.
What are we
The,
doing?
the
Time to
one.
get tuned
We
in
need to
Yasa,
like
fool.
we need
Nobody
we need to
wanted Knipple.
we need to really reevaluate, bro. Like
Nobody
who we
wanted
are.
Knipple. Nobody wanted Knipple, and look what he's doing.
I know it's
The only team
crazy.
that wanted Nipple, bro, is the team that he worked out for, and that was the Hornets.
Yep.
Right? That's
And the
it.
only
Nobody
and the
else
only
wanted him. Like, we were all fed into that.
and the only reason why the Hornets wanted them because they got them because they have Duke Blue Devils on their training staff.
Yep.
They got former Duke players and former Duke alums and graduates on their training and coaching staff.
Yeah.
That's why they won it.
Homegrown players. That's what they wanted.
And yup, and they wanted players right from that punk ass backyard, bro. Like
Yep.
where nobody don't know what bathroom to go to, bro. Like so, realistically, that's what they had going. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And it's almost. But the thing is, realistically, and had I been the Charlotte Hornets, I'm trading everybody except for Con Knuckle.
Well,
Get everybody up out of there.
The Hornets' deadline plans are very interesting because they have the number one offense. But I agree with you. They're doing what we did a month ago, so that could obviously go another
That's
way. But
exactly what
wherever
they're
they have
doing.
in charge right now, Jeff Peterson, Sean Marks' protege, who quite frankly is doing a better job in less than 2 years than Sean has done in 10 years for the Brooklyn Nets. Let that sink into all you Brooklyn-based members out there. Was Jeff Peterson a guy who didn't want the job because he didn't want to work under Sean Marks, or was he better than Sean Marks and he decided to go elsewhere to prove it to Sean Marks in Brooklyn? I think that's a topic that should be discussed if the Hornets are a playoff team before we are in a year or two.
yeah, you got that right, man. You got that
Yeah,
Facts.
right.
yeah. You got that right, but at the same time, I mean, we got to see how this all ends up, and we got to see what all
Right.
can be done, and how everything is going to be maneuvered, bro. Because I'm of the mindset that it's time to go for chemistry. The days of going in to hit these home run hits just to hit them and sell tickets, bro. Like it's starting to become a thing of the past.
That's
It,
what they've
Even the
been
it
Knicks at
is.
doing.
some point, even the Knicks at some point went with chemistry, but now that people are starting to get impatient, bro. Like now it's they like, yo, we need to win the championship. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna win the championship with Brunson as your number one.
Nope.
Especially if you get everything
It's
up for
not gonna
Giannis.
happen.
Giannis ain't carrying Brunson by himself in a playoff run at 32 years old.
Listen, Brunson, listen. I'm not listen. It is what it is. He's done a lot since that Dallas year, and he's done a lot for the Knicks since that Dallas year, bro. He pretty much he had had the Knicks in contention there to do something every year. But the problem with the Knicks is that everything else around them, bro, if it starts to go left.
Yeah,
But if it's not injuries, then it's substitutions. If it ain't substitutions, then it's matchups. If it ain't matchups, then it's something else. They always run into some roadblock because they're the Knicks.
Right.
yeah.
They're
It's
the
just that simple.
Knicks.
All right. So, I mean, this has been a good show. Yo, Lee,
Good
where they
show,
can reach
guys.
you at, Lee?
Man, I'm tired of giving my shit up, man. Like, man, youtube.com/at Lee4788. Um, Man, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm not doing that damn game, bro, because it's gonna be late and I gotta get up in the morning for work, man. Like, yeah, let me bow out.
Have a good one,
All right.
Leaf.
Have a
If
good one,
you
Lee.
Yeah,
If you ever
Thank you,
want some
man.
fun
yeah.
basketball, find me on Everything Beacon John on X. Have good Brooklyn conversations. And yes, guys, you know what's at stake. 6 days from the deadline. Nets could be involved facilitating moves. May 10th is going to arguably be one of the most important days, if not the most important day in Brooklyn Nets history, where we and other current lottery teams find out our fate and where we're drafting. And hopefully, if the Nets do get the worst record, that pick that's been at 5, for a lot of teams last few years, does drop slightly to 4 or no less than 3. And if the Nets go through all that suffering to earn that, you potentially have a franchise guy to build with all the guys you drafted this year. And quite frankly, after going through 10 years of an insane roller coaster ride, wouldn't that be a great outcome for all the chaos that currently happens in the Brooklyn universe? But shout out to Scott, shout out to you guys, and let's make some stuff happen next week. Let's go, Brooklyn. Peace.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe, share. Thank you. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.